So, you want to get into cartooning. Good for you. The first step is really simple. Just draw. I like to keep a sketchbook with me, and I started keeping a cartoon diary that I would fill in every night with what happened. In this book, I just draw constantly. While you draw, begin to develop your style. One of the best ways to develop this style is to actually read other comic strips. You can get comic collections like this one. Most cartoonists will have a comic collection that they will sell. Your other option is this website, Gocomics. I'm going to leave a link in the description. And you have access to every single comic strip available in any cartoon's history. There's only like 2 cartoons that don't actually have cartoons on this website. While you're drawing, don't be afraid to experiment. Look how much mine has changed. Your strip will change. It's natural, and the best people actually went through the same thing. The next thing you're going to want to do is figure out your strip's theme. Calvin and Hobbes focuses on life through an imaginative 6-year-old's eyes and sometimes comments on advertising. Foxtrot focuses on the average American family. Mine comments on social media and consumer stuff. After you've figured these things out, you'll want to figure out characters. This is an actually optional part, but it usually makes the strip creation a little more streamlined. The nice thing is, since this is your strip, how far you want to develop your characters is up to you. You can go the Big Night route and create a huge cast of characters, each one of them with an extremely complicated personality and set of interests. For example, Teddy, Nate's best friend, has similar interests to Nate, usually is cooler than him, has a certain girl that likes him but doesn't like her back, is good at baseball, and has an Uncle Pedro who does hypnotism and gives good life advice. You could also go the XKCD route, where you give none of your characters names or personalities. You could go the Calvin and Hobbes route, where you give the main characters personalities and names, but the side characters don't get any. Calvin's parents don't have any names except for Mom and Dad. This is intentional. My way is I usually give each person a personality, and that's about it. For example, this character is who I talk to about technology. He's kind of your average clueless consumer, loving the newest tech. Now that you've figured out all the details of your script, it's time to actually start making the actual strip. Everyone is different here, but this is my process. Pause. Before we do this, I want you to exit out of full screen, if you're in it, and direct your attention to the button down by my name. Watch this. Subscribe to that nerdy dude. Like and subscribe. I think that should make it like light up and cool stuff like that. Makes you want to click it, doesn't it? I make content similar to this, usually about building, cartooning, photography, anything that involves making stuff. Occasionally I stick a random video about something else in there. If you like this type of content, I'm the guy for you. Alright, back to the video. First, I gotta think of a comic strip. I usually do it the way that Bill Watterson describes it, sitting around and staring at things until I get an idea. Then I start working the dialogue in my head or on a piece of paper until I've got the timing right and the poses planned out. Next, I grab my iPad and draw a really rough sketch of the strip. I don't draw details or anything, I just draw numbers corresponding to the character on their faces. Then I use the rough sketch as a reference and fully draw out the characters, almost tracing over them. Once the outlines are down, I'll color them and get the panels finished. It's not always 4 panels, there's usually a bit of creative freedom with it. I then put the strip into Adobe Express and put in the speech bubbles and text. This will once again vary from cartoonist to cartoonist. Final step is exporting the speech bubbles and putting them onto the cartoon in the sketching app. I move the arrows on the speech bubbles to point at the correct character. The strip is now done. Sometimes I'll use it as like a frame of reference to draw it on a physical piece of paper because, in my opinion, paper strips look better than the digital ones, but that's up to you. So enjoy your new knowledge. YouTube thinks you'll like this video. I agree, the narrator's a little weird, but it's a fine video. Click here to visit my channel, cartooning.